Hey everybody, welcome back to Farming for Wildlife's video series. Today we're on a new piece of property. It's about 40 acres. And right now we're located in a creek bottom that's really wide and flat. It's perfect for a food plot. We're in a spot that's got a big opening in the canopy. As you can see, we got some grasses and some woody growth coming up behind me. Let's find out what we're going to do to this food plot. Hey everybody, welcome back. As you can see behind me here, we got a cedar tree that's marked with pink paint. That is to let whoever is cutting all of this brush down to open up this food plot know that I want this tree taken out and I want it cut down at the base. Now we're cutting it down that low, that way if any equipment's coming through here, we're not going to catch on that stump and tear our equipment up. A lot of you guys are wondering why we're taking cedar trees out. What they do is they create a canopy and they catch over 40% of rainfall that comes through stays up in the canopy and never reaches the ground. Also, it doesn't let sunlight through and creates a biological desert. It doesn't allow for things to grow underneath of them. This cedar tree is also taking up precious nutrients such as potassium and phosphorus and not allowing the forbs and vegetation that we want to grow that the deer and wildlife can forage on use. Hey everyone. As you can see, we've moved to a different spot in the food plot, and we're looking at the drainage issues that this food plot has. As you can see, there's a lot of ice buildup right here, and that's from Missouri having about 4 inches of rain this past week, and then it freezing on Friday and Saturday. Things we're gonna do to improve this is we're gonna plant a pretty wide and diverse species of plants in here to get different root systems into the ground here. And we're also going to plant some tillage radishes that are going to bore holes way down into this soil right here, break up any hard pans and create aeration. That way we can get water infiltration and increase our water holding capacity by increasing the organic matter. Hey everybody, as you can see, we've moved just outside of the food plot. We're just on the north side of it in a stand of cedars. You can see the food plot opening behind me in the canopy. To my left is an old growth cedar. We're going to come in here and we're going to hinge cut it. We're actually going to hinge cut about 30 or 40 cedars through here, and that's going to do a few things for us. First thing it's going to do is it's going to open up this canopy. It's going to allow sunlight and rain to come down and hit the forest floor, allowing the native forage to grow. The second thing it's going to do is it's going to create a great shelter to protect wildlife from harsh winter conditions and predators. The third thing it's going to do is it's going to stop this tree from uptaking vital nutrients that the native forage needs to grow. Since we're doing this to about 30 or 40 cedars through here, that's going to create a big opening in this canopy, get a lot of sunlight down, and create a lot of native forage growth. That's also going to do another thing. Allowing all that sunlight in is going to warm this area up on those cold winter days. Then, with the native forage that has grown up, that's going to shear the wind off at the ground level where these deer are trying to bed and any other wildlife is living. We live about 6 foot in the air. Our wildlife lives 3 foot and below. Always keep that in mind when you're creating a bedding area. Welcome back, guys. We're on the same piece of property that we were earlier, but now we're out in the main hayfield. We have about 13 acres here, surrounded by woods on 2 sides and road on the other 2 sides. Our goal for this hayfield is to eliminate as much of the fescue as we can. It's mainly fescue throughout. We got some broadleaf weeds. What we're gonna do is we're gonna spread a bunch of cool season grass seed and some legume seed like alfalfa to help cut down this fescue. We're also gonna fertilize this with a little herbicide mixed into the fertilizer to help eliminate some of these broadleaf weeds. Along the edges by the woods, we're going to incorporate a 12 to 18 foot buffer strip of food plot mix. That's going to consist of cowpeas, milo, sunflowers, buckwheat, and a handful of other things that is going to provide quality forage for our wildlife, and especially small grains for our birds such as quail and dove, but also give growing vegetative forage to the deer in the cowpeas. Up top, as the hill comes up, we're going to disc that in this fall, and we're going to incorporate an entire pure alfalfa stand and cut that for hay also. Stay tuned to see how this hayfield progresses. I want to thank everyone for liking and subscribing to Farming for Wildlife's Facebook page. For more information about us, you can go to our Facebook page or contact me through email, messenger, or phone. For instant video updates, you can subscribe to our YouTube page at Farming for Wildlife TV. Stay tuned for more progress at Elkhead Farms.